So as we mentioned a few minutes ago, the CDC Advisory Committee is meeting for the first time since Health Secretary RFK Jr. fired the entire panel, hired 8 new people. Turning now to KFF Health News senior correspondent Arthur Allen. He's also the author of Vaccine, the controversial story of medicine's greatest lifesaver. Arthur, new CDC panelists, they're handpicked by RFK Jr. I want to dial back, though, to Senate confirmation hearings on both sides of the political spectrum. People tend to moderate their positions, and it wasn't entirely clear what was going to happen once he came into his position. But now we see he's making major moves on the front of vaccine policy. What do you think is at stake here in this meeting, given this huge shakeup?
Well, the meeting today and tomorrow is affecting some rather minor decisions, like one is whether there should be thimerosal, which is a preservative that's in a very tiny number of flu vaccines for adults. And the other is a recommendation about whether to give a combined vaccine that neither of them is that important. But what was discussed this morning, I was watching the meeting online, and they are talking about revising or re-examining the entire childhood vaccine schedule, and that's could be very significant. And frankly, just the way that they talk about vaccines is really different than we're used to hearing public health authorities. And this committee, which has existed since 1964, most of the members of these committees in the past trusted the CDC and took pretty much what they said literally and to heart. This group, they're smart people. They're a little more cynical, I would say, and suspicious of established medicine. And so they're expressing that in their comments in this meeting, and they'll be doing it, publicly. And Kennedy certainly, is very anti-vaccine. Let's just call it what it is.
All right. Obviously, we could see some major changes or minor changes, as you mentioned, in the near future. Arthur Allen, thank you so much for joining us here on CBS News 24/7.